Hello and welcome to Sports Fan Entertainment, continuing the daily uploads, and today it is time for a way too early 2019 NBA mock draft. Again, we're gonna have some more NBA videos coming at you guys, so let's start with an unofficial 2019 NBA mock draft. And man, I'm telling you, this upcoming draft is going to be so interesting, and it's gonna start with the draft lottery. Remember people, the NBA has instituted a new lottery rule. They completely changed the percentages to where the worst 3 teams in the league all only have a 14% chance of winning the #1 overall pick. So even though you're looking right now and you're saying the Hawks will have that #1 pick because they're at pick #1, dude, there's only a 14% chance. There's an 86% chance that the worst team in the league will not have the first overall pick. So don't fall in love with the draft orders that we're going to be using for mock drafts until that draft lottery, because man, things are just going to vary more than you can even believe when the actual draft lottery goes down. A team that's slated at number 8 may easily end up winning the whole draft lottery. You got to switch up the draft order and all of that, but for right now we will go in reverse in terms of team records. So the Atlanta Hawks have the #1 pick, and I have them selecting forward Zion Williamson instead of RJ Barrett. Now this is going to continue to be a discussion, RJ Barrett versus Zion Williamson, and right now I'm ever so slightly on the Zion Williamson train, but I could be persuaded, I could be swayed. Okay, there's still a lot of time for us to decide on in terms of one prospect or the other who is truly the best prospect in all of this 2019 NBA draft. For right now, I prefer Williamson because I just look at what he also adds defensively. Okay, offensively, you already know he's a freight train, he's a truck, you can't stop him. But defensively, dude, the guy's averaging 2 steals and 2 blocks per game. Okay, so you're getting a positive offensive and defensive player, whereas RJ Barrett, you're getting a very good offensive player, a guy that can actually shoot threes, whereas Zion Williamson cannot do that. But defensively is still lacking quite a bit. And Zion Williamson, there is questions for him defensively as well, like will he be able to guard a lot of positions? But right now, he's just making a huge impact defensively where RJ Barrett is not. And then also he has the ridiculous potential that's associated with him. I mean, he really is a beefed up Julius Randle on steroids mixed with a little bit of LeBron James. It's incredible. I don't think you can pass that up. That's just me right now. I could think something differently come next June. So I have RJ Barrett going number 2, and number 3 I have Cameron Reddish, number 4 Nasir Little, number 5 Bol Bol. But let me tell you right now, okay, things will change. Things are always fluid with me. But right now, I like Bol Bol the best. I think Bol Bol right now is the 3rd best prospect in this 2019 NBA draft. And I think number 4 it might be Nasir Little over Cameron Reddish, although right now, I will still have Reddish just a little bit above, but I do think Little is right there with him. I think they're battling, but I think Bol Bol by far is number 3. I like him better than Little, and I like him better than Cam Reddish. This guy is sitting at 7'2", 7'3", ridiculous wingspan, putting up consistent, prolific scoring nights for the Oregon Ducks. Okay, you already know he's gonna block shots at that frame. And yes, he's not very strong. He still has to put on weight when he gets to the next level, but he's producing more than Joel Embiid produced at Kansas. I'm not saying he's gonna be Joel Embiid, but I'm saying he could be. And he's so fluid, he has such great touch from outside. He's taking 3 3-pointers a game and making 1.5 per game. So he has the touch, he's making 3-pointers consistently. I like Bol Bol, and I don't think he's as good as RJ Barrett, but we come around 2019 draft time, I might. I really like Bol Bol. I think people are sleeping on Bol Bol. The potential that this guy has at the next level, if he can put on some weight and be a little bit tougher, because right now he's only averaging about 9.7 rebounds per game. He should be averaging more than 10 at his height, absolutely, especially in the Pac-12, so I don't love that. But I just look at his touch, I look at his fluidity, and I just see so much potential, especially in today's NBA. I love me some Bol Bol. And in terms of Nasir Little versus Cam Reddish, right now I'm mixed. Cam Reddish, everyone wants to love, right? You see him shooting over 7 3-pointers per game and making about 3 of them, so you love that. but he's not shooting particularly well in terms of two-pointers, and his whole field goal percentage right now is 39.7. In college, that's not great. And it wasn't great for Donovan Mitchell either, and he was able to improve it when he went to the next level. So you can rely upon that, and you do see his natural shooting stroke, and you believe that's going to translate. But right now, in terms of percentages and analytically, he's not performing very well analytically at all right now. His PER is about 18, whereas Zion Williamson's like 40, and RJ Barrett's in the 30s or maybe like 28, so you don't love that. And Nasir Little, he is bringing the defensive aspect to the game right now. He might be the best defender in this draft. Nasir Little really has great defensive potential, so right now it's tied for me between Reddish and Little. I like Reddish a little bit better, but Nasir Little is catching up. If he can average some more points, because right now he's only averaging 11 per game, he will probably end up being higher than Cameron Reddish on my final 2019 NBA big board. Outside of that, not really much to discuss. I just wanted to note one thing. I do have Darius Garland still going in the first round. He tore his, I want to say meniscus, or maybe it was something else, but he tore something, okay? And I'm a Vanderbilt student, okay, so I have a bias for Darius Garland. But let me tell you, man, when he was playing, he was legit, and I do believe if he declares for the draft, and that's still a huge if, that he will still go in the first round, that someone's going to take a chance on him, and who better than the Boston Celtics, who have not one, not two, not three, but 4 first-round picks. I don't know how they accumulated all of this, okay? We need to investigate this, but that's what happened. I think they would take a chance on him, and I think he could end up being a very good point guard in the NBA. I love what I was seeing from him. I'm biased, okay? I love what I was seeing from him when he was playing, and I wish him a speedy recovery. With that said, thus ends my 2019 NBA mock draft. We're only gonna update this about once every month. Not really reasons to do it much more often than that. But if you guys really want more, let me know in the comments. And if this video gets a lot of views, likes, and comments, maybe we'll do a little more frequently. Until next time, this has been MJ of Sports Fan Entertainment, and I'm out. See you all later.